everyone. Thanks for joining me for my very first video. My name is Michelle and I'm the creator of Primal Flow Fitness. My channel is geared towards people that would like to get their bodies moving, mobile, stronger, more flexible, all by doing things that the body is designed to do. So I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. It's gonna get sweaty. So today's focus, of course, is primal movement conditioning. It's not going to be a very long video, but it will be a challenging video. So without further ado, let's get after it. So first thing we're going to do are 4 warm-up exercises, and we're going to start with something called inchworms. I'm sure most of you have probably heard of these. There's nothing much to it. So what you're going to do is stand with your feet shoulder width apart. You want to engage your core. You want to make sure that your glutes are activated, and you're going to hinge at the waist. None of this trying to get down there. No dropping like this. You're going to hinge. And as much as you can, try to keep your knees locked, legs straight. If you need to bend them, that's quite all right too. So I like to keep my legs locked. I'm going to hinge at the waist. Reach for the ground, walk my way up to a plank, and then while keeping my legs nice and straight, I'm going to walk up to my hands. Again, feet are shoulder width apart, booty is engaged, as well as the core, and you hinge. Reach for the ground, walk to a plank, walk your feet up to your hands. Do that 2 more times. All right, for our second warm-up exercise, we're going to do something called Cossack stretches. One of my favorite stretches. So it's really good for groin, it's good for hip flexors, it's good for balance. So what you're going to want to do is get into a side lunge, and the goal of this is to keep the lunging foot flat, and the other foot is going to be lateral with the toes facing the sky. It looks a little bit like this. This certainly tests your balance. You should feel this in your groins, in your hips, really opening them up. Do 2 more side. And it's okay if you need to touch the ground. Last one. All right. Next up are wolf stretches. So this one's really cool. It's kind of like a little flow. So you're going to want to stand with your right foot. I'm going to start with my right foot. You can start with your left leg if you want. Right foot in front of the left. And what you're going to do is reach up towards the sky, and naturally your back foot, the heel is going to want to rise naturally. You'll see it's like a flow. And then when you come back down, it's going to want to flatten. Your front foot, the toes are just naturally going to want to come up. All right, so here we go. Arms up, back foot's on the tiptoes, and then we're going to come down. Front foot, notice my toes are pointed towards the ceiling, and you're going to reach back as far as you can without going to the point of pain. And up. This will also test your balance. I'm sure sure know that it's testing mine. Do 3 more. Last one. All right. So now our 4th and final warm-up exercise are going to be ostrich walks, ostrich steps, ostrich stretch, something to do with an ostrich. So similar to the wolf walk, wolf stretch, wolf step, right foot in front of the left, staggered a little bit. You're going to hinge at the waist while you keep your core and your booty engaged as much as you can. And when you go forward, again, your front foot is naturally, it's just going to want to come up off the ground just like that. You do that, you should really feel a stretch all through the back of your leg, your hamstrings, your calves, up. Do that 3 more times. Good job. So what you're going to need for this workout is a kettlebell, one that you're comfortable holding above your head with confidence. I'm using 18 pounds today. If you're a beginner, I recommend like a 5 or 10. You're going to want some dumbbells, anywhere between 3 and 10 pounds. I'm using 8s today. Obviously you want your water and a little bit of enthusiasm, and I'll see you back there in just a minute. Welcome back. I hope that everybody has their equipment that they need. So once again, you're going to need a kettlebell that you're comfortable holding over your head, and some dumbbells. 3 to 10 pounds is enough. If you're a beginner, you might not even want to use anything, and that's okay too. The first thing we're going to do, I don't exactly know what it's called. You're going to need your kettlebell for this. I call it a banana press. I don't know if that's already a thing, but in any case, what you're going to do is get flat on your back. You want your back to be as flat on the ground as possible. And you're going to bring your kettlebell to basically like your diaphragm, your solar plex, right in the middle. And you're going to hold it, kind of choke either side of the ring here. Make sure you got a good hold of it. And we're going to do 8 reps of this. So I'll just show you once. You're going to get into a banana press without bringing your legs down. So we're going to do 8 of those. Remember to breathe. Don't hold your breath. Keep your back nice and flat to the ground. And you should be feeling it in your abs and your obliques. And obviously you're doing a press, so you'll feel it in your arms too. All right, here we go for 8. All right. And you're going to want to stay on the ground. This is a little challenging. I've been working on my middle split for a long time, and still I'm having a hard time getting my hips opened up. So I find that this is a wonderful way to help with hip mobility and flexibility. So you're going to want to sit with your legs spread apart as much as you can tolerate without having any pain. And for this setup, it's kind of sketchy. I'm on a mat, so it's not so bad. You might want to put a pillow behind you, because if you need to drop this, you're not going to want to do it on a hardwood floor, or you know, laminate or something, you're gonna ruin it. So I'm grabbing my kettlebell like this, and I'm just going to kind of roll it behind me. And then once it's there, I'm gonna let it drop, and I'm gonna hold on to it by the top of the handle, okay? So here, I'm just going to bend forward, keeping my back as straight as it will allow. And I'm gonna go down as far as I can go, which isn't very far, but everybody's of varying, you know, levels. So just be kind to yourself, you'll get there. Take a deep breath in. When you exhale, you're gonna lower yourself. We're gonna do 6. Keep your core engaged. Try to keep your chest up. One more. And this is the sketchy part. I'm going to drop it because I'm on a mat. All right. So, next thing we're going to do, you got grab your dumbbells. Again, I'm using 8s. If you're a beginner, you might just want to hold a soup can in each hand. You might want to do nothing. This is focused on hip mobility and back mobility and balance and strength. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into a deep squat, and we're going to hold that, and then when we rise, we're going to do a shoulder press like so. Okay, so deep squat, try to keep your feet flat, up, press. We're gonna do 8 total. Forgot counting. I'll do 3 more. All right. Now, you're gonna want your dumbbells again. This is a little bit more advanced. If you're a beginner and you're worried about impact movements, you might want to sit this out. Or you might not. You might want to challenge yourself, but just know your limits. We're not trying to get injured here. We're just trying to move our bodies. Okay? So, you're gonna get down on the ground with your dumbbells. All right. So, this is a flow, all one flowing movement as much as you can. You're gonna lift your hips up off the ground with your booty, this, so you can gain some momentum and get yourself up to your feet, okay? Once you're here, you're gonna use your dumbbells and you're gonna kick your legs back into a plank. Like this, and you're gonna do a row, 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 either side, and then lateral crunch. Hop up, down you go. That's 1. We're gonna do 5 more of those, okay? Hips and bum off the ground, get some momentum, row, row, crunch, crunch. Down you go. Now, if you're advanced, you could probably do this in 30 seconds. I like to keep a nice flow and make sure that I'm doing all the movements appropriately. I'm not trying to injure myself, and I certainly don't want you guys to injure yourselves either, so please listen to your body if it's too much. All right, hips and bum off the ground, gain momentum, up you go, row, row, crunch, crunch, pop up, down you go. Row, row, crunch, crunch, down you go. Last one. Awesome. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting a little winded here. All right, so that was our 3 exercises for today. We're gonna do another set of that. All right, banana press. I should have mentioned in the first set too, the lower your legs are in the banana shape, the more challenging this is going to be to keep your back flat on the ground, to keep your core engaged, and to keep breathing. Because naturally you want to hold your breath because you think that's going to get you through the exercise, when really it's limiting the oxygen going to your muscles. It's not really helping with any blood flow. So it's so important to breathe when you're doing these things. So again, we're going to grab the kettlebell, get it to our solar plexus here. And once we go into our banana position, we're going to do 8. That's what we did on our first set. I'm going to go for 10. Feel free to challenge yourself and add a few more reps there. But the base I want you to do is 8. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, banana. Right, I decided to go for 12 because why the heck not? Okay, and right away, we're gonna go into our forward folds. You know, guys, when you do this, it's probably gonna feel like you're not doing anything at all. I know that for me, it felt like I was doing nothing. But over time, you will notice your body doing things that they weren't doing before, okay? And you're really going to notice just in your everyday things, bending over, crouching, squatting, reaching, it's gonna be way easier. Just trust the process, okay? So again, holding my kettlebell like this, I'm gonna kind of halo it around my head, back of the neck, and then drop it. So I'm actually holding onto the handle, okay? Core is engaged, chest is up, shoulders are back, and hinge as much as you can without feeling any pain. Three more. Sketchy part. All right. Let's finish with a bang, okay? Our first set, we did 6 of these kind of pseudo burpee flow things. I don't even know what I'm calling them. They're probably already in existence. All right, so I'm gonna go for 8, and I'm gonna try to do them as quickly but as properly as I can. And you know, your goal is not to keep up with me, just like my goal is not to keep up with anybody else. The goal is to do it properly without hurting yourself. Okay? So again, I'm going for 8, but if you can, I want you to do as many as 6, okay guys? So hips and bum come off the ground, gain some momentum, and on your feet. Plank, row, row, crunch, crunch, bump up. All right, that was a good way to end. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was maybe not as challenging as you would have liked or hoped, but I do welcome you to come back for my second workout. Still with the focus of primal movement, conditioning, strengthening our bodies, getting them flexible, getting them mobile, keeping them mobile. So until next time, take care guys.